Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello. Good morning. How are you?
Really good. And you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome. How are you? I can see only one person, two people with the camera on. Thank you. Welcome to the class. Camera on, please. I want to see you. How was the weekend?
Good morning.
Good.
Good morning. How was the weekend? Good?
Fine. Good.
Anything interesting during the weekend? No?
No, nothing.
Oh, did you rest?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Lazy Sunday.
Okay, cool. What's the weather like in your city today?
Raining. It's raining.
Is it raining? Okay. And you guys?
Yeah.
It's sunny here.
Sunny? Okay. Well, I think in some cities it's rainy, right? I hope that the connection is not affected by this. So, welcome everybody. I'm glad to see you here. Thank you so much for being on time. Thank you, the one who has the camera on already. Very good. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Today is Monday. We are starting a new week. So we are going to have a lot of practice, okay? So everybody, what was the topic that we studied last week? Do you remember?
Yes, about the dishes.
Yes, very good. We were practicing some typical dishes, right? Some specifically vocabulary. Remember that that is the main purpose here in the intermediate level, vocabulary and speak, okay? So that is what we are going to do today too. A lot of practice, a lot of speaking, and of course, vocabulary too. So just a reminder, everybody, microphones off to avoid interferences. I want you to participate, but don't forget to speak and then turn it off. Remember, cameras, it is not optional, please. Okay, let me start sending, let's see. Let me share the PowerPoint presentation. Can you see it? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, everybody, so today is November 6th. This is the class number 2. And remember our calendar, if everything goes well, on Wednesday, we will be starting the unit number 2. That is, if everything goes well. I know that right now you haven't received the users for the platform yet, but I'm still asking for it, and I hope that they can give you the users this week, okay? But we need to wait. Well, a reminder, full names, please, on your profiles. In the previous class, we were checking attendance, and not everybody had the full names. So everybody, please add your full names on Zoom. Listen, if you go out and then enter again, be sure that your profile still appear your full name. Or at the contrary, you need to modify it. Please, because sometimes you start with the full names, but then you go out and you enter again, and it doesn't appear your full name anymore. Okay, so be careful, because in the previous class, there were some people that appear something different. Just like an example, I don't remember, but there were some users that appears only I don't remember what was the word, but imagine that it says water, for example. I don't know which user is that. And the problem is that imagine that that user has 20 minutes. That means that the person with this user will lose the 20 minutes. I'm not going to add the 20 minutes to your name because I don't know the user. Please, if you go out and enter to the class again, be sure that you still have the full name, okay? Don't forget the camera on. As I mentioned, I'm going to take 2 screenshots in the class. And let me tell you that in the previous class, some of you appeared with the camera off. Okay, so I don't want you guys to have issues with InstaForms, so remember to keep the camera on all the time. In the previous attendance, some of you got the 90 minutes, so that is excellent. But still, I have some people with less than 90 minutes. So try to connect on time. Don't go out before the class ends. And be connected, everybody, the 90 minutes, okay? And be sure, please, that your name is correct. This is just a reminder about the rules. So is that clear, everybody? Let me see in this moment, I'm going to verify your names. Genesis Lopez, I need you to write your full names in your profile.
Yes. Sorry. In my setting, no?
In your profile in Zoom. What happens is that right now I can see that it only says Genesis Lopez. I need the full name exactly as in your doing. The same for Jennifer Carrillo. Also, please write your full names in your profiles. Let me verify. Stephanie Perez. I need you to write your full names in your profile too, please. What happens, guys, is just imagine that if you have classmates with the same name, I mean, there could be like a confusion. Okay, so to avoid any kind of inconvenience, if you want to insert or validate your attendance, you need to have your full names. Okay, well, let's start. If you don't know how to change the name, tell me. Remember, I can help you with that. There's no problem at all. Now, as you mentioned in the previous class, we were talking about food. I hope you remember the topics, everybody, because we are going to quick review. Can you see the PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Well, this was our speaking practice. We were describing food. Remember that we were describing some specific questions. Imagine that, let's talk about tacos. Tacos is not typical from our country, I know, but just for an example. First of all, imagine that I ask you, everybody, how often do you eat tacos? What would be the answer?
3 times in the month.
3 times a month, okay. And everyone else? How about you guys? How often do you eat tacos?
Once a month.
Once a month, twice a month, okay. Now let me ask
Once
you.
a month.
Okay, very good. Now, is it easy to make? What do you think?
No, it's a long process.
Definitely, right? A lot of ingredients, a lot of steps. Okay. Now imagine that I ask you, what does it come with?
With a sauce,
Okay.
could be spicy or not.
Okay, cool. What else?
You can add cheese.
Yeah, very good. Anything?
With tomato, I think.
Okay. Anything to drink?
Yes, with a Coca-Cola.
Typically with soda, right? I mean, especially Coke. Okay. What is it made of? What are the ingredients?
Pork,
It can be
beef,
pork.
chicken,
Okay.
Meat
Yeah.
vegetables,
Okay.
and the tortilla.
Okay. So what kind of vegetables can we have there?
tomatoes,
Tomato,
onions, celery,
onion,
lettuce.
Avocado.
Sounds good. Should I add lemon or not?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
of course.
Okay. Can I use fish?
yes. If you want a sea taco, maybe
Cool.
shrimps too.
Cilantro.
Okay.
Cilantro.
How can I say cilantro, everyone? No? Coriander. That's another vocabulary. There is an app that I always recommend to my students, but right now I forgot the name. But there is a nice app that you can download and you will find a lot of vocabulary talking about vegetables, fruits, and species. So it's a very nice app, but I'm going to try to find it out because I'm sorry, I just forgot the name, okay? If I ask the question, what's like? What will be the question?
Salty.
Very tasty.
Okay.
In talking about the salt, if you want, it could be spicy.
Yes, that's true. Is it sweet?
No,
No.
Not really, right? Is it light?
No.
No.
unfortunately not.
Not really, right? I think that it is not. So if you see, these are some of the questions that we were practicing in the previous class. Remember, there are different words, and if you suddenly find a word that you don't know how to say it, go and search it on the dictionary, okay? I will be asking individually. Let's see if you remember some typical food in our country. Let me pick someone. Miss Norma Castro. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Great.
Tell me a typical dish from El Salvador.
A typical dish from El Salvador, of course, pupusas, and also tamales, and yuca frita.
Okay,
And
tamales sounds very interesting. So
yeah,
everybody, imagine that you are from another country. You don't know tamales. So ask the question to your classmate. What questions can we ask? Ask her.
How often do you eat it?
Very good question.
I eat tamales once a week.
Okay. Next question, please.
It's easy to make. It's a long process to make tamales.
Okay, so yeah, it is not easy.
What kind of tamales you can recommend me?
I like to chicken tamales and how can I say it? Elote, tamales de elote,
Corn.
corn tamales. Yeah.
Okay, pretty good. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Norma. Pick one of your classmates, please.
Okay. I can watch the names.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
go to the option that says participants. There you can find an option. Or say a name, the first name that comes to your mind. Or you can give me a number. Give me a number from 1 to, let's see, from 1 to
Okay,
30. Give me
number 5.
5. Okay, let's see. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Alegría. Hello, Miss Alegría.
Hello, teacher.
Tell me a typical food of El Salvador.
Maybe it can be minutas.
Ah, that's interesting. Okay, everybody, you are from another country. You don't have idea what a minuta is. So ask her the questions, please.
How often do you eat it?
Well, I eat minutas when I go to the beach.
What else?
And what is made of?
Okay, you need flavorings of strawberry, grapes. Also, you need ice.
Okay. What else? What else?
What is like?
It's cold. Also, it's tasty. It's delicious.
Is it sweet or bitter?
Sweet, I think. If you want to strawberry or grapes minutos, it's sweet.
Can I use lemon?
Yes.
Sounds interesting. So is it easy to make?
Yes, I think that it's easy because you only need the scraper
Okay.
and add to flavorings. That's
Sounds
it.
good. Sounds good. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Jocelyn. Pick one of your classmates, please.
Jamie?
All right. Good morning, Jamie.
Hi, good morning.
Tell us, typical food in El Salvador.
Okay, my favorite food is bread with chicken.
Sounds delicious. So everybody, ask her the questions.
Is easy to make this
No,
dish?
absolutely not.
Why?
It's a little difficult. Well, to me, it's a little difficult. But my mom prepared different bread with chicken. For example, I remember she made with chicken. Let me see, repollo. I don't know how do you say repollo.
Classmates,
Uh,
do you remember?
okay,
Cabbage.
cabbage, and tomato, cucumber, onions, and different different. I don't know how do you say relajo, but I think different species. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, remember everybody that, well, we in Spanish, we have so many words, but relajo is that one that is, we cannot translate it because people in the United States won't understand what we mean about it. What you can do is species, that's what you can say, or you can explain. Then you can say, well, that is a combination of different herbs, different seasonings that you can use to give a specific flavor to the food, okay? That is something that you can explain. We cannot translate the word, but we can explain what is it. Okay, another question.
How often do you eat it?
Mhm.
I don't eat bread with chicken often. I think only one time per week, sorry, per month,
Mhm.
because I like to eat healthy. And yes.
Sounds good. Any other question?
Can you prepare them?
No,
No.
I never will prepare that food, but when I want to eat bread with chicken, I buy it.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you. So we have a lot of vocabulary. Again, everybody, little by little, we are going to be learning it. Now, is it clear the word that we can answer these questions?
Yes.
Yes? Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's continue with the topic that we have for today. Today, we are going to continue talking about food, but we are going to see it from another point of view. First of all, let me ask you, can you cook, everyone?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit.
No.
Yes, I could.
Really?
Okay, some of you say yes, some of you say no, more or less. Uh-huh. How often do you cook, everyone?
Daily.
Okay.
Every day.
And the rest of you?
Always.
I
3 times a
Only
Only in a
week.
special case.
I cook
In all the time.
3 times a day.
All the time, basically. Okay.
If it's n-
Uh-huh.
no, if it's necessary.
Only if it is necessary. This is like only when you don't have options, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, which dish do you cook most often? Like, which is the most frequent dish that you cook, everyone?
chicken and
Rice.
rice.
Chicken and rice, okay.
Brown water is a count.
Beans.
Yeah. Beans.
Beans and egg.
Okay. Maruchan soup. Maruchan soup counts, everyone.
No, of course not.
I mean, for the ones who cannot cook, I will accept Maruchan soup. All right, that's fun. How do you make it? For example, some of you talk about chicken and rice. Explain me, everybody, how do you make rice? Imagine that I never cook rice. So how do you cook it? How do you make it? Any volunteer to explain me, please?
Well, my recipe is the next one. Have you have a 2 cup of rice. You have to wash it very well until the water is clean. After that, you can put the rice into a recipient. For me, the best option to make rice is in the oven. So you can put some herbs and a little salt and whatever do you want, and add 2 cup of water. So the next step is put a aluminum paper. I don't know how to say it, but this
Aluminum?
is the yes. Um, and you can go to the and you put into the oven around 30 minutes at 450 Fahrenheit. And that's you have a rich rice.
Okay, sounds interesting. I've never heard that before, that you can do it in the oven. Sounds good. I go more for the traditional way, but
My way is so healthy because you don't need add some kind of oil. So it's the
yeah,
next option. It's a
that's
best
a
option.
good one. So we got an expert here. Very good job. All right, so if you see, we're going to be practicing these kind of things during today's class. So if you are like, oh no, teacher, I cannot cook, no worries. Here we are going to teach you. So we are going to be learning English and we are going to have a cooking class, okay? So let's start with some vocabulary, everybody. If we are going to cook or talking about it, we need to learn some cooking utensils. For example, look at the first one. What do you think is the correct word for this one?
A frying pan.
Frying pan.
Are you sure?
Yes, of course.
I think
Okay.
it's a wok.
A wok.
A what?
Oh, yes, because the 8 is the letter A.
Okay, so number one, it's a wok or,
Wok.
okay, a wok. Okay. The number two. What do you think? What is the name of the number two?
A roasting pan.
A roasting pan? Everybody, did you agree?
Yes, I think.
Yes.
Okay. Number three, what is this?
A
A
stove.
stove.
Okay. So be careful. Some of the most common mistakes is that people says the kitchen, but the kitchen is the room, the place in the house. But if we are talking about it specifically where you put the saucepan, that is the stove.
Stove.
Number four, what is the number four?
A tablespoon.
A tablespoon.
Good. And number five, what is it?
A sauce
Oh.
pan.
A saucepan,
A
everybody?
saucepan.
Saucepan.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes. We are going to be checking the difference. Don't worry. And number six.
An oven.
An oven.
Yes. An oven. Very good.
Okay.
Number seven.
A knife.
Knife.
A knife. Very good. And we got the last one. The number eight is a
frying pan.
A frying pan. So let's see the difference because the letter A and the letter E, they look very similar, but the purpose is different. Imagine that I want to fry chicken. Which one will I use, the saucepan or the frying pan? What do you think?
Excuse me? Can you repeat the question?
The frying pan.
If I
The
want to
saucepan.
fry, listen, I want to fry chicken. So, am I going to use the saucepan or am I going to use the frying pan?
The frying pan.
Yeah, this one. Imagine that I want to make, let's see, I want to make a soup, but small soup. So, which one can I use?
Saucepan.
Yes.
Saucepan.
So
Saucepan.
that is basically the difference, okay? Is it clear, the cooking utensils?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yes?
clear.
Did you copy the vocabulary? Yes?
Yes, I do.
Yes? Very good. Remember, try to copy every single new word that you find. Copy them. Now, today we are going to combine different vocabulary, everyone, And we are going to be talking about cooking verbs. We are going to divide the class in two main topics, cooking verbs and the sequencers. Let's start with the cooking verbs. The most common cooking verbs are the following. We have grate. Can you tell me some things that I can grate?
Carrot.
Carrots, yes.
Cheese.
Cheese, definitely. How about scramble? What is the meaning of a scramble?
Eggs.
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 Yes, I can scramble eggs. What else can I scramble?
Some ingredient that you make pancakes, I think.
Ah, very good. If you want to make pancakes, you can scramble the ingredients. Good job. Then peel. What things can I peel?
Potatoes.
the
Onions.
Onions.
Yes, exactly.
Orange.
Onions, oranges, the potatoes. Remember that when we are talking about peel, it can be with your hands or with a knife. It's exactly the same. Then boil. What things can we boil?
Water.
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 Okay.
Exactly. Be careful with the microphones, I'm sorry. Then fry. What things can we fry?
Potatoes.
Chicken. Potato.
Potatoes,
Chicken.
chicken. All right. Then if I want to use the oven, I need to preheat it. So what is that? What is the meaning of preheat?
Precalentar.
Ah, very good. So that means to make the oven heat before adding the food. Talking about add, what things can be added?
Add salt.
You
Add
can add
Salt.
salt, sugar.
Add air.
Good. Bake. What
You
things
can
can we
bake
bake?
cookies.
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 Right.
Yes. Now,
Chicken.
what things can we squeeze?
Lemons. Oranges.
Orange.
Yeah, very good. Take note, please, of the verbs because we are going to use them. Did you copy them?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How about the next one? We have steer. What would it be, steer?
Mix the ingredients. I don't know.
Exactly. This is like mix, especially when you are using, what was the name of this?
Tablespoon.
Yes, very good. Now, when we are using the knife with vegetables, we have different verbs. We have the verb cut, for example. We have the verb slice, and we have the verb chop. So what is the difference? If I use chop, what is that?
Make a little squirrel.
Yes, this is like in small pieces, right? For example, you can chop the tomato, you can chop the onions in small pieces. Slice, on the other hand, this is like when you cut in portions, for example. And cut, this is just like more in general. If I have, for example, a chicken, am I going to cut it, slice it, or chop?
Slices.
Slices? If I have a chicken, imagine a full chicken.
Cut.
It would
Just
be more
cut.
like cut.
Cut.
Yeah.
I think it's cut.
Yeah, definitely. So that is the difference. if you go to the translator or the dictionary, sometimes the translation is just like the same. But you have to identify the different scenarios where you can use each verb. Then we have pour. What is that, everybody?
For a liquid, when you
Exactly. This is for liquids. When you have a liquid in one object and you want to move it to another, so we say pour. Okay? Pour. For example, coffee. Can we pour the coffee?
yes,
Yes.
Yes. Can we pour the water?
Yes.
No.
Yes. In this
yeah?
case, yes, all the liquids, okay, we can pour them. If I want to add oil to the saucepan, can I say pour the oil or add oil? What would be the
I
best
think
option?
add.
In this
Pour,
case,
maybe?
actually, we can use both, but the best option will be pour because we are talking about liquids. Oil is a liquid, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. If I want to add sugar, can I say add or pour sugar?
Add.
Add, because it is not a liquid, okay? Then we have blend. What is blend?
For example, when you prepare a shake.
Yes, that's a very good example. Very good. Then roast. Do you like roast chicken?
Yes.
Definitely. Very good. Simmer. What is the meaning for simmer, everyone? I'm sorry?
Soup? I don't know.
Okay.
For make soup, right?
Yes. Simmer is when they say you have to cook, but in a low temperature. Okay? So you are cooking something, not only soup, it can be any other kind of food, but especially in a low temperature or in a low heat. That is the meaning of simmer.
For example,
Okay, hold on that I'm listening to people at the same time. Genesis and then Isamar, go ahead.
Okay, for example, I can make a tea with simmer.
Yes. For example, remember that these are verbs. Imagine that I say, okay, everybody, we are going to prepare tea. The first things that you need to do is to simmer the water, for example, right? So what does it mean? I'm going to heat the water, but in a low temperature, okay? What will be the translation, everybody, of simmer?
Cocinar a baja temperatura.
Exactly. Or what we say,
Hervir a fuego lento.
exactly, a fuego lento, right? When we are cooking or heating something, but in a very low temperature. So, Isamar, did you wanted to say something?
Yes, but I had the answer.
Okay. But tell us, share your idea.
No, just was a question about if I can I cook eggs with him?
Yes, of course. Imagine you can also say you need to simmer the eggs. Okay, for example, you are preparing something and you say simmer the eggs. So what does it mean? That you are going to cook the eggs, but with a low temperature. All right?
Yes.
Is it clear, everybody, the meaning for simmer?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, it is.
All
Yeah.
right. Now, let's continue with chop. We already talked about it. Then we have spread. What is the meaning of spread?
Untar.
That is like the typical translation. In this case is when we are adding something, but then we need to move it on the surface, right? For example, the typical one when you have a toast and we spread some butter, peanut butter, okay?
Jellies.
Exactly. So that is a spread. Got it? Yes?
Yes.
Then we have bake. We already know that one. And steam. What is steam?
Baño María.
Baño María.
Yes. So, but in English, how can we explain steam?
When you use just water to cook some vegetables, for example, potatoes or carrots.
Exactly. You are basically using like the water vapor to cook something. Okay? Is it clear the meaning for steam?
Yes.
Yes?
Which is the difference between simmer and steam?
Steam is cooking with water vapor. Simmer is cooking, it can be with water, it can be with oil, but just in a low temperature. That is the difference. Here is only water vapor. Here it can be whatever you want, but the condition is that is in a low temperature. With steam, you can use the temperature that you want. But in simmer, it's specifically a low temperature. Even if you are using oil, water, it doesn't matter. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that clear, everybody, the difference?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, is clear.
Excellent. Did you copy the vocabulary?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes?
yes.
Pretty good. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's match the cooking verbs with the definitions. Imagine that I cook in hot oil. Hot. So, what is the verb here?
Fry.
Fry. Everybody, did you agree?
Yes.
Yes. Fry.
Yes, exactly. Cook in a hot oil, fry. Move ingredients with a spoon.
Stir.
Here.
Stir, very good. Now, move liquid from one container to another.
Pour.
Pour, okay. Cut into pieces with a knife.
Chop.
Chop, yeah.
Chop.
Cook in the oven.
Bake.
Bake. Cook in hot water.
Steam.
Okay, but remember that steam is water vapor.
Simmer.
Simmer or
Boil.
boil. Yes, very good. If it is in a low temperature, it's simmer. If it is not in a low temperature, boil. Very good. Is it clear, everybody, the cooking verbs?
Yes.
Yes? Are you sure?
Sure.
Okay. Well, let's continue. Now that we checked the verbs, let's see the sequence, okay? We have some sequence adverbs or sequencers, the ones that you prefer. And these are the ones that we use when we want to describe the order in which the actions happened, okay? Remember that this is like when we are talking about a process and we are saying the different steps. For example, the step number 1, instead of saying step number 1, what can we say?
First.
First.
First. Okay, that's all. First, da, 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 da. Imagine, let's think about something easy that everybody can do. Maruchan soup. Vamos, we are going to prepare Maruchan soup. So everybody, let's say the steps. What is the first thing that I need to do?
Open the soup.
Okay, first open the soup container. Okay.
By the Maruchan.
Well, that's a good point.
Next, put
By
water.
the Maruchan. Okay, next.
Put water.
Boil water.
Okay. Hold on. Let's use the verbs. In this case, cook the water or boil the water.
Boil the
Boil
water.
the water. Okay. Then
Pour the water into the Maruchan soup.
okay. Pour the water. Pour or add? What is the best option?
Pour.
Pour. Exactly. Okay, after that,
Put the
Close the tap.
You have
close the
you
soup.
have to cover the soup 3 minutes.
Ingredients.
okay. And finally,
Eat.
Ready to
3
eat.
minutes.
wait for 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes or 5 minutes?
5.
3.
5 minutes. 5.
Depends on how hungry you are.
Yes.
Okay, and finally, you can eat it.
Eat it.
But, you know, I want to add lemon. What is the verb that I can use if I need to add lemon?
Squeeze lemon.
Okay, cool. So, easy or difficult to prepare Maruchan soup?
It's easy.
Very easy.
Easy. Look, the idea, everybody, is when we are describing process, so we can use different sequencers. Instead of saying just and, so no, right? Imagine that I say, okay, let's prepare Maruchan soup. First, and and no, right? And we are just saying and. No, let's try to use different sequencers in each steps, okay? Also, you can continue saying first, second, third, and so on and so on. There are different sequencers that you can use. The idea is just to use different sequencers and different vocabulary. Is that clear? The sequencers?
Yes, it's clear.
Easy. Yes or no?
Yes.
Easy. The idea, everybody, is to combine sequencers and combine the cooking verbs and put them together. So how are we going to combine them? Well, describing a recipe. I have here a recipe. The name of the recipe is duck with orange and honey sauce. Have you ever eaten it?
Duck, yes, but not with orange and honey sauce.
Okay. And you guys? Have you-
No,
No.
neither.
Would you like to try it?
Sounds delicious.
Yes, look delicious.
Okay, let's find it out how to prepare it. First of all, the ingredients. What are the ingredients that I'm gonna need? I need 1 duck, of course, 4 tablespoons of oil. It is not so healthy, okay? We need 1 carrot, 2 onions, 3 oranges, 2 teaspoons of honey, parsley. What is the meaning of parsley?
Romero?
Mm,
No, I don't know.
anyone?
Perejil.
Yes, that is the one. Do you like parsley? Yes?
Yeah.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Like.
A little bit.
I prefer
Okay.
coriander.
Ah, yeah. Some people prefers the coriander, and when you go to the supermarket, you can confuse them. They look very similar. Then we have pepper. What is pepper?
Pimienta?
Correct.
Pimienta.
And then we need salt. Okay. So everybody, if you want to describe a recipe, first of all, you need the ingredients. Now, let's see the process, okay? Let's see the steps. I want you to complete the recipe using the correct verbs. For example, the first thing, the oven to ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So what is the best verb that I can use here?
Preheat.
Preheat.
Ah, preheat the oven. That is the first things that we need to do. And look, if you see in the recipe, we are using different sequencers. Okay, let's continue. What do I need to do next? First, the carrot.
Chop the carrot.
Okay. Chop the carrot into small pieces and the onion.
Slice.
the onion.
We can say slice the onion. Okay. Then the oil in a pan.
Pour the oil.
Ah, pour the oil because it's a liquid. Okay, pour the oil in the vegetables about 10 minutes.
Stir. Stir. And stir.
Okay, I can listen to different options. Listen, it says, pour the oil and the vegetables for about 10 minutes. Can I say steam?
No.
No, because
Stir.
there's no water.
Stir.
Stir.
Here, do you agree, everyone?
Yes.
Sounds good. I mean, we will be like frying the vegetables and stir them. Could be. Or you can say fry. The ones that you prefer, right? Fry the vegetables for about 10 minutes. When they are ready, place them with the duck in a roasting pan and put in the oven. Number 6, for about 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Bake.
Bake. But it's not cookies, everyone. I'm talking about a duck.
Roaster.
Ah, roast. Okay. Roast a duck for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. Next.
Squeeze.
Squeeze the juice from the oranges and mix it with the honey. Finally, when the duck is ready, place it on a serving plate and decorate it with the parsley. Easy or difficult to make this recipe? What do you think?
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah, it is pretty easy. Look, we are using different verbs. We are using different sequencers. So that is the purpose for today's class, that we can combine different vocabulary with different sequencers. Okay? It's pretty easy to use the same verbs. Cook, add, could. Yes, but remember that for different scenarios, we can use different verbs. Now, is it clear, this recipe? Yes? Are the verbs clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's have another practice, but this one is going to be listening. So everybody, I'm going to share with you, well, it's basically about a boy named Adrian. Adrian is going to describe how to prepare a very simple dish. I want you to take notes of different things. First of all, copy the ingredients. I need to know what the ingredients are. I need you to copy the steps. Pay attention. What is the first step, the second, and the third one, and so on and so on. And then pay attention about what are the sequencers that this person is using. Is it clear? The information that I want you to listen to?
Yes.
Yes. Good. I'm going to play the audio. Pay a lot of attention, please. To avoid interferences, I need you guys to keep the microphones off. If you don't listen to the audio, please let me know. If you miss any information, don't worry. Later, I'm going to play the audio again. So, microphones off. Pay attention, please. Here we go.
Today I'm going to tell you about a quick and easy dish that tastes great. You will need some onions, mushrooms, eggs, and tomatoes. First, chop the mushrooms, tomatoes, and onions. Then, fry the onions and mushrooms until they are a light brown. After that, mix the eggs and pour them into the frying pan with the mushrooms and onions. Cook for 2 or 3 minutes. Add the tomatoes. Finally, fold the omelet in half and cook for 1 more minute.
Could you listen to the audio?
Yes.
Yes, I could.
Do you have the ingredients?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead,
Yes.
tell me.
Onion,
Mushroom,
tomato,
tomatoes, eggs.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I'm going to play it again so you can listen to the steps and the sequencers. Microphones off, everyone. Pay attention, please. Here we go.
Today I'm going to tell you about a quick and easy dish that tastes great. You will need some onions, mushrooms, eggs, and tomatoes. First, chop the mushrooms, tomatoes, and onions. Then, fry the onions and mushrooms until they are a light brown. After that, mix the eggs and pour them into the frying pan with the mushrooms and onions. Cook for 2 or 3 minutes. Add the tomatoes. Finally, fold the omelet in half and cook for 1 more minute.
Okay, what was the first step?
He said that we have to chop the mushrooms and tomatoes.
Okay.
And then we have to fry the onions and the mushrooms. We have to mix the eggs in the frying pan.
Okay.
Then we cook for 2 or 3 minutes.
And after that, we have to add the tomatoes, I guess.
Okay, very good. I see that you paid attention. Look, I have some here. Okay, your classmate said that the first step is chop the mushroom, tomatoes, and onions. Is that the first one, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What
Yes.
was the sequencer that Adrian used?
First, fry.
Fry.
Okay.
Fry the onions, mushrooms until they are light brown.
Exactly. So they use the sequencer first. What is the second step? After chopping the mushrooms, what can we
Fry
do?
the onions and mushrooms.
The onions and mushrooms until they are light brown.
Do you agree, everybody? Fry the onions?
Yes.
Yes.
And what
Yeah.
was the sequencer?
After.
After? Are you sure?
Next.
Next? Are you sure?
Then.
I'm sorry, them.
Actually, the sequencer is Then. Very good. So it says first chop the mushroom, tomatoes, and onions. Then fry the onions and the mushrooms until they are light brown. What was the next one?
Mix the eggs and pour them into a frying pan.
All right. Everybody, do you agree?
Yes.
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 And what was the sequencer?
After.
After? Only after?
After that.
After that. Excellent. Okay, after that, what was the next one?
Cook for tomatoes.
For
2 or 3 minutes.
I
think so. I don't know. But I
Yes.
think it's cook.
Okay, add the
Yes,
tomatoes
that's
or
cook.
cook for 2 or 3 minutes.
Cook for 2 or 3 minutes.
Cook for 2 minutes.
Okay, cook for 2 or 3 minutes. Do we have a sequencer here?
It can be next.
Actually, in this case, this person didn't use a sequencer. It says just cook, okay? Number 5, what is the next step?
Add the tomatoes.
Add the tomatoes. Very good. Do we have a sequencer here? Not really. Okay. So basically, in this case, from the step number 3, we say just with the mushroom and onions. Cook for the 3 minutes, add the tomato. So we are not using sequencer in those sentences. The last step, everyone?
Fold the omelette.
Finally. Omelette in half. Do we have a sequencer here?
Finally.
Yes, finally. Now, something important, and this is something that you are going to use when you are working on the platform. If you are speaking, I mean, you just need to say the sequencer and continue talking. But if you are writing, don't forget that after a sequencer, you always need to add, what is this?
Finally.
A comma.
A comma. This is when you are writing. Don't forget it. When we are speaking, of course, we don't use it, but when we are writing, don't forget. After a sequencer, you need a comma. Understood, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Do you have questions?
No.
I don't.
Is it easy or difficult to describe a recipe? What do you think?
When we know the sequence, it's easy.
Okay. And the rest of you guys, easy or difficult to describe the steps of a recipe?
It's difficult if you don't know how to make it.
If you cannot cook, right? That's a
Yes,
good
right.
point. All right. So listen, everybody. Today, for the speaking activity, that is exactly what we are going to do. I wanted to think about a dish, a recipe that you can do. Look, for the ones that cannot cook, you have 2 options. First of all, you can invent. I mean, I'm not asking to tell us an accurate recipe because I know that not everybody can cook and it's okay. Or you can pick a simple recipe. For example, fried eggs, coffee, well, Maruchan soup, we already described it, so that is not available anymore. I mean, try to think of very easy recipes, all right? I just wanted to describe the recipe. That include, look, you have to tell me the cooking utensils. For example, if you say, okay, I'm going to prepare a cup of coffee, tell me all the utensils that you need. You need the cup, you need the spoon, and da-da-da-da-da. Okay? Also, you have to tell me the ingredients. For example, if you are going to prepare a Maruchan soup, okay, you need the Maruchan soup, you need the water, lemon if you are going to add it, and so on and so on. Tell me all the ingredients. Then you need to describe the steps. When you are describing the steps, I want you to use, of course, sequencers and the correct cooking verbs, okay? Remember, if it is a liquid, instead of saying add, you can say pour, okay? So right now, I will give you 5 minutes to think, okay? You can write in your notebook at least the most important ideas so you don't forget it. If you don't know how to say one of the ingredients, you can go to the dictionary. If you don't know how to prepare a recipe, well, you can start finding out on the internet to follow the steps, okay? So you have 5 minutes to prepare your recipe. Is it clear, the speaking activity, everybody?
Yes.
Yes? Good. I'm going to send these instructions on WhatsApp's group. Let's start preparing your recipe, everybody. Go ahead. Let's imagine that you are in MasterChef right now. Go ahead, go ahead. Think about it. If you have questions, just let me know. Try to think about something interesting, okay? Try to choose something not so common, so maybe you don't have the same recipe with your classmates. Try to give us at least 4 steps as minimum. If you want to give me more than 4 steps, perfect, but minimum 4 steps. You can write the main ideas. It is not necessary to send it on WhatsApp group. Because what we are going to do is to share that recipe with your classmates. So write it in your notebooks. If you have questions, just let me know, please. One more minute. Hi, everybody. Do you have the recipe ready or not yet?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet? Not yet? Okay, I will give you a couple of more minutes, okay? Don't worry.
Teacher, I don't have the recipe yet.
It's okay, no worries. I'm giving you 2 more.
Yes, I'm at the school of my son.
Oh, okay, no
Yeah.
worries. It's okay.
Yes, teacher.
You have 2 more minutes, everyone.
Teacher, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So I want to say something like mix in a bowl, like in a recipe. So I don't know if it's correct to say in or on or into a
If
bowl.
you can say in or into. Remember that in and into, it's inside. So when we are talking about, it's better to say
Yeah.
in. Or into,
Okay.
both are the same.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. 1 more minute, everyone. Let's prepare your recipe. If you have questions, just let me know. All right, everybody? Ready?
Yes.
Yes?
Ready?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, we'll go to the breakout rooms and you have to explain your recipe to your classmates, okay? If, just in case that your classmates have questions about the recipe, I mean, you have to answer their questions. Okay, everybody? Let me just open up the breakout rooms. So let's go, everybody. Enter to the breakout rooms. Let's go, let's go.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Could you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay, everybody, who is going to be the first one?
I don't know if I had problem with my audio.
We can hear you very well. Okay, because of the time, I need somebody to start. Everybody, please hurry up.
Okay. My recipe is pancake. The ingredients are flour, milk, egg, butter, and the prepare is first mix the flour with the milk and a butter and egg. Then mix it them. Then let me see. How do you say calentar el sartén? I don't know.
Heat the pan or the
Heat the pan with butter, then pour the mix in the pan, and that's it. It's easy recipe.
Okay, I'm going to talk about how to make a sandwich. The utensils are cutting board, knife, scratcher, glass, spoon. The ingredients are mango, orange, passion fruit, strawberry, and red and green apple. And beside that, you need to use sugar, water, and ice cubes. First, chop some fruit like mango, strawberry, and apple in a cutting board. Next, squeeze the juice from the orange. Add all the fruit in a big recipe include the passion fruit. Add some spoon of sugar, then pour the water in the recipe when the fruits are. Then you need to add some ice, and then you need to mix all the ingredients, and you will have a good salad juice.
Okay.
Who is the next?
Well, my receipt is
Why not, Herman?
Okay.
Oh,
Well, do you
we
have
have to
any question
invite
of
him.
my recipe?
What?
Do you have any question?
No, it's clear.
Okay,
For
great.
me, it's clear.
Okay, great.
Okay,
So, who next?
my recipe is very easy, but we will to prepare a delicious fruit salad. Okay, first we need some fruit such as apples, bananas, and grapes. And after that, wash the fruits and then chop the fruits and put in a bowl and mix all the ingredients. And if you want to peel the apples, it's okay, but is your taste. And finally, pour yogurt and add a little bit honey, and our fruit salad is ready. And that's all.
Interesting.
Okay, great. Can I add some berries like strawberries, blueberries?
Yeah, if you want, why not?
A tablespoon, a fry pan, the ingredients, lasagna pasta, ground meat, cheese, tomato sauce, onion, and green paper. Uh, First, put the pasta in boiling water to cook it. While the pasta is cooking, prepare the ground beef. Next, prepare the tomato sauce. Then combine the pasta, ground meat, and cheese, and put tomato sauce. After that, put the lasagna in the oven over medium heat for 20 minutes. And finally, serve the lasagna. Only that.
Okay. Do you consider that it's easy to make, to cook?
Sorry, repeat the question.
Do you consider it's easy to cook?
I don't know. In my case, I prepare this recipe sometimes, and for me, it's easy. I don't know. In your case, you prepare. Do you prepare this recipe?
In my case, I have never cooked lasagna. So I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, and who is next? I think Cecilia, right?
Celia.
Oh, Celia, I'm sorry. I don't know if she's a listener, I think.
It's not here.
I think so.
Did you finish?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I finished.
Yes.
But I have a question.
Go ahead.
It's not a problem if I use other connectors, for example, then after that,
No, of course
It's
not.
not a necessary to say first, then after that, add finally.
Not really.
leave it
Remember
later.
that when we are talking about sequencers, we have a lot of them. The idea is to use different ones. If you don't want to use the same, it's no problem. You can use different sequences.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Okay, everybody, let's go back to the main room, okay? Let's go back. Time's up. Let's go back to the main room, everyone. Time's up, time's up. We are going to wait for your classmates. Some of them are still in the breakout rooms. All right. Well, let's see. How was the practice? Was it easy, difficult, more or less? Okay. And the rest of you, everyone, how was the practice?
Was easy.
Easy.
Cool. Did your classmates explain all the details? I mean, the utensils, the verbs, the steps, and the
Yes.
ingredients?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you learn something new about recipes? Did you learn new dishes?
Yes.
Cool. Did your classmates speak in Spanish?
No.
No, we just speak
really.
English.
Mario, you look suspicious.
No, nobody speaks in Spanish.
Sounds good.
In the
Okay.
breakout room.
That's good. I was listening to some groups, very interesting recipes. I like that. Little details that we need to consider, everybody, especially like this. I was listening to some groups and they were talking about, what was the word that they were using? Recipients. I think that that was the word that they were trying to use, recipients, to talk about a container. So remember, if you are talking about a container, that is the word that you can use. You can combine all the ingredients where? In a container or in a bowl, okay? But recipients, we cannot say that. Also, I was listening to some issues with this word. What is the pronunciation?
Recipe?
Recipe. Okay. Recipe. That's the pronunciation. So be careful with those little observations. Then you were using the different sequencers. So that was very good. Remember, guys, that we have different sequencers. Okay. It is not an obligation that you have to use the same sequencers. Not really. You can combine. You can use different sequencers. Now, I have here your names. I'm going to pick randomly some of you and you have to describe us your recipe. So let's pay attention to, let's see. Liz Yvette. Hello, Liz.
Hello.
Tell us your recipe.
Okay, my recipe is lasagna. The cooking utensils are a stove, an oven, a tablespoon, and a frying pan. The ingredients are lasagna pasta, ground meat, cheese, tomato sauce, onion, and green pepper. First, put the pasta in boiling water to cook it. While the pasta is cooking, prepare the ground beef. Next, prepare the tomato sauce. Then, combine the pasta, ground meat, and cheese in put tomato sauce. After that, put the lasagna in the oven over medium heat for 20 minutes. And finally, serve the lasagna.
Sounds good. That sounds like a very delicious lasagna. How often do you cook lasagna?
Approximately 20 and 30 minutes in the oven.
But the question is how often? How often do you prepare?
Okay. 1 or 2 times a month.
2 times? Can I say 2 times?
Twice.
Twice. So once or twice?
Once or twice a month.
Okay, sounds good. And tell me, what does it come with? When you serve the lasagna, what does it come with?
With vegetables.
Okay, vegetables. Sounds good. Okay, thank you, Liz. Very good recipe. I like that. Unfortunately, we don't have more time, but don't worry because tomorrow we will continue. So practice your recipe because tomorrow during the review, I can pick some of you and you are going to explain us your recipe, okay? So everybody, do you have any questions so far about the vocabulary that we studied today? Any questions?
For me, no.
If I ask you to explain a recipe during the exam, could you do that without reading? What do you think? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, only 2 people says yes. That's interesting. Okay, let's review the vocabulary so you don't forget it, okay? So today, this is all, everybody, because we don't have more time. We are going to continue tomorrow. Have a nice day. Take care. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Goodbye. See you.